Hi guys, so in this video we are going to take a look at some consonant combinations. We have taken a look at all the consonants and how they sound individually, but when they come together the pronunciation might change. So let's take a look at it. The first one that we are going to see is the consonant combination tsch, ha. Now this has two different pronunciations. The first of the pronunciation is a h, and the tsch, ha combination will be pronounced as h when it comes after these vowels a, o, u. So for example, if you have a word like this, here you see that tsch, ha, and it's coming after a, so the pronunciation is going to be dah. Now when you say h, it is slightly different than the h that we have in Marathi or even in Hindi per se. It's not a k, rather it's a little like Urdu, no? Or the Arabic version of it, h. It's a little from the back of your throat. So how do you get it? Try this example. Say a simple k, k, k. When you're saying k, notice what is happening at the back of your throat and say k, k, k. Can you see that the throat is kind of closing to get the k sound? Now try to say h, a simple h sound, h. Is it closing or is it open? If you notice clearly, when you say the h, your throat is open. Now when we say k, as in Marathi, the regular k, our throat still closes. But in German, when you want to pronounce this particular word, you say dach. Your throat should not completely close and it should not be completely open. It should be slightly somewhere there. So you have to practice it a little bit. H. When, for example, if you have some throat infection, you try to clear your throat and then it's like h. It's literally that. And maybe in the beginning, if you're trying to practice it, it might hurt your throat a little bit. So again, go easy on it, but try to get it, because just getting that sound right really takes your German pronunciation up another level. So practice it, and this pronunciation comes very often in so many words. Like for example, here we have doch, and it's not doch but doch, or buch. Once again we have buch, or this one, what we are learning is Sprache, Aussprache. The next sound that's associated with the same consonant combination is the h sound. It's a soft h, as in ich. Now this is a difficult one to get, because in most Indian languages we do not have this sound. But if you practice well enough, you can still get it. What's the difference? In Indian languages, most of them have a simple sh sound, as in sh. When we do a sh, that's a simple sh sound. This is not it. You cannot say ish. That's not right at all. In Marathi and Hindi, you have the other sh also, that you pronounced from the bottom of your mouth, I think. So it's a slightly harder sounding sh. That's also not it. It's not ish. It's something totally different. It's a very soft ich. There are a couple of tricks to help you get to that pronunciation. I'm sure you might have heard of them, practiced them even. The key is in the practicing. Let's go through these tricks. The first is, take a pen or something. Let me see if I get one here. Yes, I have it here. Get a pen, hold it in your mouth like this, and say ich, ich. what happens is your mouth has to open flat like this, as if you're smiling, and then you should not still try to get the sh, no? Like many people do this, ish, no point, but rather keep your mouth flat, opened wide like this, and say ish. Chances are that you might get it right. So remember, you have to just smile widely and get the soft sh sound, ish. There's another technique if you find this a little bit confusing, and this is, I think, a little simpler. You try saying the word ya. All of us can say that. Let's have it again. Ya. Now give it a little start. Say ya. Everyone, ya. Once again, ya. And give that start, like make it nice and long, and you will feel the vibration. Say ya. Okay, now whisper it. Ya. Ya. Now stop at the beginning. Say, that's the sound that we need. So if you start with the E sound and then get this I, that's it. So how you can practice this is by saying out loud ya, and give the start in between. Say ya, 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 and now whisper it. Ya, ya. Stop it. I. That's what you need to get. Let's see how it comes in so many words. So if you get this sound, again your pronunciation is going to improve exponentially. This word, for example, ich, we have seen it anyway. Its forms would be mich or dich, and then we have nicht. How often have you used this word? But you should not say nicht. It's not right at all. It's nicht. But this one, freundlich, freundlich, or Pech, or sprechen. Yeah, it's even in this word, it's sprechen. So say, ich spreche Deutsch. Or the plural form of this one is Bücher. The singular is Buch. Remember, the plural is Bücher. So we saw how the word sounds. Now when does this sound come? If you have the vowels a, o, u, ch is going to be pronounced as h. But for all other vowels, that means the umlaut, a umlaut, ch will be ech. O umlaut, ch will be öch. And u umlaut, ch will be üch, like in Bücher. Even with the vowel e, it's going to be ich, as we saw in ich, mich, dich. And with the vowel a, it's going to be ech. So that's the consonant combination ch for you. It has two pronunciations, the h and the h. Remember what is when. So while we are still at the pronunciation of ch as h, it's important to revisit and take a look at these words, although it's not strictly a consonant combination, but the sound is similar. Ig also gives you the pronunciation ich. We have so many numbers. 20. It should not be 20. No, 20, 30, or other words like wichtig. That's a good one because you have both together, wichtig or richtig. That's it. Ig comes in very many words. Remember the pronunciation. So the next consonant combination is sch, and this gives you a very simple sh sound, as we have it in English, as we have it in Hindi, Marathi, in most languages, it's a simple sh. Notice how we produce the sound. It's produced by a rounding of the mouth and the lips. Sh. Many words in German use this. For example, Schule. Notice that it sounds very different than the ch that we heard earlier. That's soft with wide lips. Ich, Schule. Or this one would be tsch, as against ich, tisch. Or we have schade, schade. Or this one would be schlaf, schlafen. Or this one would be waschen, a simple waschen. Sh. So that's it for SCH. It's a very simple and straightforward sound. Sh. So the next consonant combination is PF. It comes in very many words and can sometimes be a little problematic. You just have to remember that it starts with a P and then ends with a F. So it's a simple start with closed lips and then just let the air go. Imagine if you want to like just brush off the strand of hair, like something like that. Many people do that. I don't quite often, but if you do, you already know this pronunciation. Take a look. Let's take a look at a few words. Like here, it would be Pfeifer. You cannot only say Pfeifer. So see where you start the word. Don't say f. Say Pfeifer. Or this one would be Pferd. Once again, Pferd. Or sometimes the word doesn't begin with it, so we'll have Kopf. Again you have to say Kopf and then go on to say Kopf. Or similarly Tropf. Or this word would be Kampf. Yeah, practice it. It's really simple, not at all very difficult. Going on to the next consonant combination, we have NG. Why is this complex? Because it is not exactly as it looks. It is a nasal sound. It's a sound. If you know the Devanagari alphabet, the first line of the consonants is K, K, G, G, This is what NG is, the sound. For example, this word would be zingen. It will not be zingen. You don't have to separate the N and the G to make zingen. You have to say zingen, zingen. Or a singer in German would be Sänger, Sänger. Or this word would be hängen, etwas hängen. Or here, fairly common, it would be Übung, Übung. All words that end with UNG will be on, and lastly it will be ding, and the plural which we use very often will be dinger. It is not dinger but dinger. Okay, so NG comes in very many German words. Practice it. It's fairly simple to pronounce. You just need attention. So the next consonant combination we are going to take a look at is dsch. Although it looks like 4 consonants, its pronunciation is fairly simple. It's a simple j, as we have in Marathi, Hindi. So this word, it looks very difficult to pronounce, but it's a simple jungel, jungel. Remember, here the NG comes, so don't make it jungel, jungel. Or this will be Taj Mahal. Yeah, Taj Mahal. See, if you want to write Taj Mahal as we write in English, T-A-J, the J in German is J, so that would be Thai. And that's why in order to get the J sound, you need a D-S-C-H, touch. Taj Mahal. My name is Abhiraj. If I write my name the way I write it, and that's the way I write it, most Germans pronounce it as Abirai. Now if I want to tell them, no, it's not Abirai, but Abhiraj, that's what I need to write it. It looks odd, I know what to do, but write it this way just to tell them that the pronunciation is Abhiraj. So if you have a j sound in your name, this is a very important tip for you. Hopping on to the next, very similar to this, is the consonant combination tsch, and that would be a simple ch. So for example, the language that we are learning is Deutsch. It's a simple ch. Or this country is Tschechische Republik. It's a slightly complex one to get because we have all the sounds coming in here. Tschechische, Tschechische, Tschechische Republik. And the next one is a simple word which is tschüss, tschüss. So those are the two consonant combinations, dsch that gives you a j and tsch that gives you a ch. So the next consonant combinations that we are going to take a look at are two, st and sp. Now when a word begins with sp or st, the pronunciation becomes shp or sht. So for example, here this word will be Stadt and not Stadt, Stadt. Or this, its shorter form, would be Städtchen. The word is longer but the meaning is shorter. Or here we have stehen and not stehen, stehen. We have still, or we have Stern, Stuhl. Now this word has two possible pronunciations. It goes slightly off the rule. Going by the same logic, it actually should be Stil, which means style, and very many people in Germany also say Stil, for example Lebensstil, etc. But since this particular word is not originally German, it's Latin based, it can also retain its original sound of st, and so there are some people who say Stil, Lebensstil, and that's the way I prefer it. It sounds better to me if I say it as Lebensstil. Similarly, this word is for me Struktur. But if you don't want to confuse yourself, you can say Struktur. That's also correct. In fact, very many people say Struktur. Somehow it sounds nicer to me, and I have also spoken to a few Germans who do that. So Stil and Struktur would be my recommendation to you. Let's hop on to SP, and it's also straightforward. We have Spiel, Spaß, Sparen, Sport, and give me one more. Sprechen. So that's it for ST and SP as a combination. When it begins, the word or the syllable begins with it, the pronunciation is going to be Sp or St. That's it for this module. I'll see you in the next, where we are going to take a look at the vowels, the short and long vowels. See you.